Alrighty, boys. Another night of great NBA basketball. I'm recording this before all the games are over because Indiana is whooping Brooklyn's ass or Milwaukee's ass. I don't know why I said Brooklyn. Probably that's because where Giannis is going this offseason. Anyway, starting with Indiana. They just laid belt to ass. I said in the last video, the last time the Bucks played, that I didn't think the Bucks could repeat their performance, and they couldn't. Just the defensive versatility in the fourth quarter, the Nesmith or the end of the third quarter, the Nesmith block on Giannis was just incredible. Halliburton played really pretty freaking well. Siakam's played well. I mean, everyone has just played well for them tonight. I had a feeling that the Bucks were not going to be able to do the same thing again, and I think the series is over for the Bucks. Absolutely sucks that Dame, they say, has torn his Achilles, or that's the fear right now, which is probably correct. He probably has torn his Achilles. Giannis played well. I think he missed one free throw tonight. Brook Lopez, absolutely awful. I mean, the only reason why I started recording this video because I just saw Brook Lopez get 2 foul calls in about 30 seconds. Both of them setting screens, or either fighting over a screen or setting a screen. So I don't know. Brook Lopez, I think, is too old, and he probably is not a starting caliber center. He's probably a bench center, but the Bucks have nothing else. So, what are they gonna do? This series is over. The Bucks are moving. No, not the Bucks. The Pacers are moving on. Holy moly! I cannot talk tonight. All right, Celtics Magic. For the Celtics, a lot better game. The ball was moving a lot more. They were cutting. They were running actions, running sets, pick and roll. Not so much one-on-one ISO game with Jason and Jalen, just picking on matchups. Tatum played well. 37 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. The Magic definitely limited his assists. Al Horford, beast. I mean, he had how many blocks tonight? He had 5 blocks tonight. It was definitely like the energy guy. Got into Wendell Carter's face when he hard fouled Derek White towards the end of the first half. Maybe the third quarter. I don't remember. KP a lot better tonight. 50% from the field, 50% from 3. Handled the physicality a lot better. I felt like Joe really made an emphasis of getting him going. They were running a lot of plays where he just got wide open dunks or lobs at the rim. He still missed some very easy post ups, but he had that one putback dunk after he missed on an out of bounds play after a timeout, where he missed the first one and then put it back and got fouled. Jalen, I'm a little bit worried about his knee. He didn't play the best tonight. He was 37% from field, 6 for 16. He had 11 rebounds, 1 assist. He had 4 turnovers, so I am a little bit worried about his knee. Only 21 points. Derek White, holy shit, he stopped a friggin' 4v1 fast break somehow. Don't know how he did that, but he did. Played well, did defensively well. They're definitely trying to pick on him, trying to put Paulo on him, but he held his own tonight. Going back to Porzingis, because I forgot to mention this, he got into a lot of foul trouble tonight. That's the only negative that I can say about him tonight. I think he had 5 fouls. Yeah, he had 5 fouls. He just got some rough calls, and it's interesting because I feel like, as a Celtics fan, and this is probably biased, I feel like Orlando fouls every time down, and if we even touch a guy on Orlando, it's an automatic foul, it gets called like that. So it's definitely a little bit interesting. KP with the 5 fouls tonight, but he played all right. Pritchard didn't score, but was huge tonight. I mean, just his defensive versatility. He got switched on Paulo and Franz a bunch of times. I think at one point they had him guarding Franz when KP was in foul trouble, and he was just able to hold his own and make it very, very difficult on those guys to score. Hauser finally is making his shots. He shot 2 of 3 from 3 tonight. Those were his first 2 threes that he's made all series. Thank God. He was a plus 13, had 6 points. Luke Cornett, he had 1 rebound, 1 assist. He was okay. He was Luke. He had a block as well. He wasn't great. They definitely have neutralized Luke a lot here. Just either putting Jonathan Isaac on him or Franz or Paulo, or a bigger body, just so when he comes up to set the JT pick and roll, they can just switch it. It literally just eliminates him as a threat, why he played the least amount of minutes on the whole team. And for the Magic, Paulo is gonna be insane. And I made it short earlier, just saying, like, literally, if they can just change, they basically need 2 more shooters. They need a point guard that can distribute and like orchestrate the offense. So whether that's a LaMelo Ball or an Anthony Simons, they just have the defensive versatility on this team as it is constructed right now to be able to have one not so good defensive player that they can hide. Like, as long as they don't go crazy like the Knicks did and go out and get like a non rim deterring center and a bad defensive center and a bad defensive guard, I think this team next year, if they stay healthy and they make changes and this roster looks a good amount different, I think they could be a top seed in the East. Franz and Paulo are just animals, both defensively and offensively. Paulo with 31, Franz with 24. They're just a super physical team that likes to just rough things up. I guess fuck things up, for lack of a better term. Wendell Carter, he played pretty well tonight. I mean, 11 rebounds, 8 of them being offensive, so 8 or defensive, not offensive. KCP finally made a shot, so he shot 2 for 4. All those shots were threes. He finally made him. He got to the line twice. He had a big 3 in the early fourth quarter that Scal on the broadcast was like, I knew he was gonna make that. Corey Joseph was really well. This is his best game of the series so far. Everyone was like, why is he out there? And he played really well tonight. Caleb Houston, blah. Gary Harris, meh. Anthony Black played well. I think he had a dunk at one point. He's a tall guard defensively, so his wingspan kind of is useful for them because they like to they like to play like hedge. They like to play off of guys and kind of pack the paint a little bit, so it's hard to drive. And then when guys drive, they'll go back to their guys, so the Celtics have no kick out threes. Jonathan Isaac, I mean, he played 12 minutes tonight, but I felt like he was out there all the time, because when he was out there, he makes it so hard, and Jason and Jalen or whoever he's guarding to he's just so long and good defensively that he just makes it hard. Cole played 2 minutes and got 2 fouls and didn't play again. He played the first quarter and then didn't play again in the whole game. Yeah, that's Orlando and Boston. Definitely ugly basketball. Orlando limited us to 31 threes, which might be the most this series. They shot 30. We made one more 3 than them, and they held us to 43%, and they shot 43%. So, I mean, it's an ugly series. I think Boston has to get out of it in Game 5. Tatum messed up his knee tonight. His wrist is still bothering him. Drew has a hamstring. Jalen has a knee. He now has a finger thing because he dislocated his finger last game. They definitely need to get out of it. And one more thing on Al. I have never seen Al Horford that fucking pissed in a playoff series ever. I have never seen that man go to an altercation. Normally, he's the guy that, tries to separate when there's an altercation. He went at Wendell Carter tonight. I mean, damn, Al. I've never seen him that mad before, ever. Next game, Lakers versus Minnesota. What a game. I mean, this was the perfect Ant game. Quite literally the best Ant game. I mean, a lot of people thought, including me, that Mike Conley was going to have to be a big part of the series, and he hasn't really needed to be. Ant has been amazing for the most part. He's figured out all the coverages that JJ and the coaching staff have thrown at him, and he's done a great job. He was amazing tonight. He orchestrated the offense. He didn't really turn the ball over that much at all. He ended with, let me scroll through my box score here. He ended with 1 turnover, and he shot 52% from the field and 50% from 3, and he went to the line 17 times and shot 82%. He was amazing. He had 6 assists, 9 rebounds, almost had a triple-double, 43 points. I mean, this was probably the best game of Ant's career. And he's been absolutely insane. Mike Conley, I mean, what a guy. Blocked on LeBron. I thought he was done. I thought Ant was done at some point in this game. It was a game. I think the Timberwolves finish this up in back in LA. I'm pretty sure it's back. Yeah, it's back in LA. I'm pretty sure they finish it up. If not, they finish up in Game 6. For the Lakers, JJ Redick has caught a lot of slack online. Since I'm recording this later at night, he has got some slack. He's caught some flack, I should say. LeBron ran out of gas, only took 9 shots, but he played 46 minutes. He only rested for like a minute and like 40 seconds, which is wild. Luka, same thing. Luka had 38 tonight. LeBron still at 27. He got to the line. Wait, am I looking at the right? He went to the line 18 times. It's like, how the hell LeBron ended with 27 points, but only freaking shot 9 shots. Rui had 23 points. He shot 50% from 3. I mean, it's just difficult. They only played 5 guys in the second half, which I think those are JJ's 5 best guys. It's really hard for them when they don't have a real like starting caliber or even bench center. I mean, Jackson Hayes only played 4 minutes tonight, and it probably was just to win the jump ball and then the 4 minutes, and then when they first media timeout or first time out, they took him out and he didn't see the floor again. Austin Reeves starting to get the shot better. I mean, he's starting to shoot better. He had 17 tonight. Luka got exposed on defense. I don't know how many times in this game. I mean, it was ridiculous. The one that I like stands out to me is they're on a fast break. I'm pretty sure the Lakers missed the layup, or maybe I think Luka missed the layup. And him and Naz Reid are running back. Naz Reid is behind him. And Luka's assignment in that moment is Naz Reid. Luka runs away from Naz Reid to I think it was AR's guarded guy and allows a wide open step in fast break 3 from Naz Reid. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I get that oh my god. Why am I blanking? Dallas trade. I get that Dallas should not have traded him. But there are some defensive mistakes that Luka makes where you're like, I kind of understand why. Like, he just, like, what? Like, that's your guy. You should know that got guys behind you. Luka has probably some of the best offensive floor awareness, like, ever in the NBA. Like, he might be one of the greatest playmakers of all time offensively. But how does he not know that there is a guy behind him that he's supposed to be guarding? If he just stays on his guy, even if he blows by him, cool. But at least you tried. He didn't even try. He ran to the guarded man and then gave up a wide open 3. Sorry, Luka sometimes is just like, holy shit. Like, you have such good offensive floor awareness. Why don't you have that defensively on the break? That's it for the Lakers. I think Minnesota wins the series. It's over. Alrighty, Knicks versus Detroit. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep for this game. I watched the first half, and the Knicks were up kind of big, and I fell asleep. So, from what I've watched of the highlights, because for some reason, I don't think I can watch the full game of this right now. Nope, it's still blacked out for me. So that's always that's always fun. But yeah, Knicks versus Detroit. The Knicks should not have won this game. I'm gonna be real. Cat was clutch down the stretch from the highlights I've watched. Jalen Brunson played really, really well tonight. The whole Detroit game plan of trying to bitch Karl-Anthony Towns has not worked out in their favor. Jalen Brunson had 32 points. I mean, just Jalen Brunson's a beast. I don't even really know what to say. I feel like this series could easily be 2-2 or 3-1 Detroit. All these games have been really close towards the end. Tibbs actually played his bench a little bit tonight. Like, the guys actually only averaged like 40 minutes. Mikal Bridges played the most. I mean, rare stuff from Tibbs. Normally, all his guys play the full game. For Detroit, they just need more floor spacing. They have some. Malik Beasley can't make a shot in the playoffs. Like, he just hasn't really played well all series, and they just need more. Like they only got up 29 threes and they shot 24%. They need more floor spacing so Cade can really work. And yes, the series easily could be 3-1 Detroit, but they just need something else. They're so close to being like a team that you're like, okay, like I'm kind of scared of them in the East. What else? Oh, the Tim Hardaway thing. That should have been a foul. The refs came out and said it should have been a foul on the 3-point buzzer beater attempt. He basically got pushed out of bounds, and they didn't call it. Sorry for that photo being super blurry, but Josh Hart makes illegal contact. So yeah, that should have been a foul. That should have been 3 shots, and that should have been probably a Detroit win. So yeah, that sucks for Detroit fans. I'm sorry about that, but I think the Knicks win this. I think they go back to the Garden. I think they're back in the Garden. Yeah, they're back in the Garden, and I think they win it in 5. That'll do it for today, boys. Sorry for the lackluster Knicks Detroit coverage. I honestly passed the F out during that game because I was like dead tired, and the Knicks were up by like 20. I forget. The Knicks were up by a good amount when I fell asleep, and then I woke up and they had won, or Baylor won. Anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.